This story is called Morsels, and I apologize in advance. Okay. I'm afraid of death. I thought of this while I was watching a movie last night, but not because the movie made death seem like a scary thing. Rather, it seemed like a glorified thing. And what it scares me is that it won't be glorious or glorified at all. Just nothing. Just death. This bothers me because I'm claustrophobic. I don't like the idea of being stuck anywhere. I would rather be in hell. Because even though they all say that hell sucks, that there's nothing decent going on there, I'll bet you $1 trillion that every once in a while you'll be resting on your pitchfork, taking a slight break while the whipmaster sips at his coffee, and you'll look out over the valleys and hills of hell and think, hey, fire and brimstone are sort of pretty at this hour, almost like a big violent sunset. And right before the whipmaster takes up his whip and starts clobbering your back again, you'll think, hey, even those baby heads, the baby heads that have no bodies, just wings where their necks used to be, even those baby heads floating around biting people can be pretty cute sometimes. That doesn't sound so bad. If you're conscious enough to at least have thoughts, then I'm sure no matter how horrible things got, there would still be some goodness there. And sometimes I'll bet that goodness would almost make everything seem worth it, even when damned for all eternity. This is why I took that job as a butcher. I've been looking for mortal answers. There's something about working with large slabs of meat that's illuminating. I mean, these slabs used to be alive. In the mornings, brushing my teeth, I'll picture the skin peeling away. I've heard that sheep are stupid animals, not very self-aware. I wouldn't mind coming back as one for that very reason. The other day, a woman asked for a lamb shank. I go to carve the meat for her, and as I'm carving, I'm thinking about how little Lambert was probably skippity-doing just the day before, until he was herded up with the others in a barn and shot smack between the eyes. I got to feeling really sorry for the thing, because now it was going to be sold to some woman in a paisley dress, bustled home to her 4 blotchy, screaming children, only to be pooped out by the whole miserable family the next day. The lamb was pink and warm in my hands. I almost cried. I turned and told the woman, we're out of lamb shank. You just said you had it. No, I'm sorry, we're out. Her mouth twisted up. Well, then what, young lady, were you cutting at just now? I thought it was lamb shank, but it's not. It's lamb's gut, I think. She rose on her tiptoes and peered at the meat in my hands. That's fine, she said. That's fine. I'll take that. I looked down, confused. It's not lamb, I said. It's bear. She grimaced. Bear? Yes, I'm sorry, bear. The butt, I believe, or the intestines, or the spleen, or something. That, she said, pointing a finger, is not bear, and it's certainly not intestine or spleen. This isn't even meat, I said. This is like tofu-ish meat, like tofurkey or toe bear or toe lamb or something. It's not very good for you. They douse it in pig's blood to make it look more real. I'm telling the manager, she said. Carl asked me to go home, but his voice wasn't angry, just sleepy. I took the meat home with me. I figured if someone's going to eat this meat, it should be someone that's deeply, importantly afraid of her own mortality. It was tasty enough, but after a few bites, the meat began loping about in my stomach. I clutched my gut and went to the toilet and heaved. Each morsel had turned into a tiny red lamb, complete with a head and legs and hooves and eyeballs and everything. They galloped frantically around the bowl of the toilet, skirting the water's edge. One of the braver morsels ducked its head and lapped at the water. I felt sorry for the whole lot of them, but there really wasn't anything to be done. Where would I keep them? In an aquarium? A hamster cage? They were marbled and dripping. Despite their playfulness, they were hideous. All things must come to an end, I said, and then I flushed.